صوت البلد سوريا.
الله محيي الجيش، الله محيي الجيش، الله محيي الجيش.
Due to time constraints, we will only have room for 2 questions.
Good afternoon, Foreign Minister. Over the past several years, but more increasingly in recent months, very senior Turkish officials, including yourself, have made seen as increasingly hostile remarks about the state of Israel, about Zionism, about the people of Israel. This includes not just the comments made by the Prime Minister this week, but also calling Israel a terrorist state and saying and questioning whether its existence is actually necessary. So I'm wondering, what does Turkey hope to achieve by making these comments? Are they the kinds of comments that befit a nation that says that it is committed to peace? And then, Mr. Secretary, in addition to wondering what you told the Foreign Minister and will tell the Prime Minister tonight about the Prime Minister's comments, I'm wondering if you can listen closely to the Foreign Minister's response to my question and tell all of us what you think of of his response. And then, begging your indulgence, because we only have one question, I'm wondering if you can say something about the effect the sequester will have on your employees and perhaps talk a little bit about what you expect to achieve in Egypt tomorrow. Thank you very much.
I think the question went to you first. Okay.
The question you addressed to me will have a very clear answer, and I would like to shed a light on our path. You've used the word hostile remarks. Let me once again accentuate this one fact. In the presence of the international community and the Turkish community, we have never been hostile against a nation, against a state, against an individual. However, if we need to speak about a very hostile practice, I will refer you to the killing of 9 civilians on open waters. They have not violated any international right whatsoever. Despite that fact, they have been killed. And this is a hostile attitude vis-a-vis Israel. And we've always given Israel to remediate the situation, remediate the attitude. But instead of remediating the situation, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, they have been very insistent on adopting the same attitude as they always have, trying to legitimize their practices. No explanation whatsoever can bring a higher price than the bloodshed of a human being. You are in Ankara right now, and I would like to ask you this one question. And please ask this question in Tel Aviv. What did those 9 individuals, those 9 innocent civilians, did? There's one American citizen amongst those 9 civilians. What have they done so that with an army they were attacked as if they were aboard a hostile ship on open waters? The Turkish friendship is very valuable, but the reactions of the Turkish citizens towards hostility towards its own people will be quite valuable and will be quite strong as well. If you look back in time, you will see clearly that in terms of the Jewish people, we've always been very closely interested in their problems. We have been fighting against anti-Semitism, and history is a witness to that. Today, we are fighting against anti-Semitism with the loudest word, loudest voice possible. We are combating against racism in all forms and shapes, and that attitude will sustain. If Israel is expecting to hear positive comments from Turkey, I believe they need to revise their attitudes, not only towards us, but also towards the settlements in West Bank and the people of the region. Never forget that until the Gaza attacks and the Marmara raid, the flotilla raid, the Israeli higher echelons were accommodated, were hosted in the best fashion possible, and we've tried relentlessly in order to provide a helping hand to the solution of the problem between Israel and Palestine. Whether it be myself, whether it be the Prime Minister of Turkey, Mr. Kerry and Mr. Obama, they have always contributed to the prospective solutions of the problems, and Turkey has always defended a very rightful and just solution between the 2 states based on the 1967 agreement and the borders that were recognized back then. So the 2-state solution was always supported by Turkey. But if a country violates openly and clearly right to live of our own people, we will always preserve the right to come up with statements, come up with remarks. This is not an attitude towards a country, this is not an attitude towards a community. We are just reacting towards a hostile conduct. We are always ready to commit our full efforts to make sure that peace will prevail in the Middle East. And along with the Israeli higher echelons within the state, we have worked closely in order to find a prospective solution to the problems therein. I've quite recently shared with Mr. Kerry that we would do anything we can within our capabilities in order to make sure that the 2-state peaceful solution can be established in that geography. And we shall always remain committed to provide any support whatsoever. Thank you.
Well, you asked me what my reaction is to the comments of the Prime Minister, and they are this, that it underscores the importance of our efforts to try to find a way forward to make peace in this region and to resolve the kinds of differences that excite the passions that the Foreign Minister has just articulated, and the differences of opinions about words and about their impact. And I think that the Foreign Minister and I had a very direct and very honest conversation about this. I have been working on this issue that he was just referring to for almost 2 years. I believe there is a way forward, but it obviously gets more complicated in the aftermath of a speech such as that we heard in Vienna, about which your question and these issues are sort of rekindled. I raised that speech very directly with the Foreign Minister, and I will also raise it very directly with the Prime Minister. And I think it's very clear from statements made where we are and what we believe about that. The White House spoke, and I think they spoke very clearly, and obviously we not only disagree with it, we found it objectionable. But that said, Turkey and Israel are both vital allies of the United States. And we want to see them work together in order to be able to go beyond the rhetoric and begin to take concrete steps to change this relationship. I believe that's possible. I particularly think that given the many challenges that the neighborhood faces, it is essential that both Turkey and Israel find a way to take steps in order to bring about or to rekindle their historic cooperation. I think that's possible, but obviously we have to get beyond the kind of rhetoric that we've just seen recently. I think that the foreign minister has indicated to me a genuine desire to do that. I think he has thoughts and I have thoughts about how we can do that. So I think the most important thing is to try to find a way, as he said, to build on what he just recommitted to. And I think that recommitment is what is important. He said that Turkey believes in the two-state solution, that Turkey is committed to the process, and that Turkey will do anything in its power to help the United States try to bring that about. And that's why I came here. That's one of the reasons I'm here. And we're going to continue to work on that.
تيار المستقبل كان له دور بارز في احتضان التنظيمات الإرهابية المسلحة المتواجدة في لبنان عن طريق فرع المعلومات الذي يرأسه وسام الحسن ذو الخبرة الكبيرة في جهاز المخابرات اللبناني وكيفية التعامل مع التنظيمات المسلحة.
Experts say that Arab and Western intelligence agencies working against President Bashar al-Assad's government found a chance during the Syrian crisis to break the alliance between Lebanon, Palestine, and the Islamic Republic of Iran. And this is why Arab Persian Gulf states and the US opened the doors for their intelligence services to support al-Qaeda's armed men who ran from Iraq to Syria to fight against the Syrian army.
الأمريكيون ينظرون إلى الأمور نظرة مختلفة بسبب قوتهم أولا وكونهم دولة عظمى ودولة عظمى وحيدة الآن ومقدرتهم العسكرية والمالية والاقتصادية وإلى آخره. هم مستعدون حتى لو للتعامل مع أي كان حتى ولو كان معاديا للولايات المتحدة ما دام يحقق لهم غرضا آنيا في منطقة معينة في فترة معينة حتى لو كان مصنفا عدوا.
لأن الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية هي التي أنشأت أيضا تنظيم القاعدة، وتيار المستقبل الذي يوالي الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية يدعم تنظيم القاعدة ليحقق أجندة بالنهاية تخدم الأجندة الأمريكية والمصلحة الأمريكية في العالم. وأنا لا أعتقد وجود القاعدة وعملية دعمه ستؤدي إلى إنشاء قوة تستطيع أن تضرب الكيان الصهيوني من خلال لبنان، وبالتالي كانت معظم هذه القوى تعمل لزعزعة البنيان الأمني الداخلي داخل لبنان وزعزعة البنيان الداخلي لحزب الله الذي يقاوم إسرائيل في تلك المنطقة.